for our upcoming NAGAP annual conference. My name is Marcus Hanscom. I'm your online education chair. I really appreciate you joining us. I'm joined today by Tisha Johnson. She's our 2014 annual conference chair, as well as Leah Baldwin, who is on the conference committee, and they'll be giving you a lot of great information to prepare you for the upcoming conference in San Diego, which we're very excited for. Just quickly, if you have any questions during the session or at the end of the session, we will do a full kind of Q&A at the very end of their presentation, which won't take long. And if you have any questions, you'll see on the right side of your screen there's a questions box, and you can just enter your question in there, and we'll get to it as soon as we get to the question and answer portion, but feel free to ask them throughout the session, and we'll be happy to answer them. We also have Monica Evans-Lom, our Executive Director of NAGAP, on the line with us as well. She'll be kind of incognito for a little while, but she's here to answer any additional questions that we may have that go beyond our logistics for the conference. So without any further ado, I'll pass it over to Tisha, and I hope you enjoy the session.
Thank you, Marcus, and thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. We just wanted to take some time and go over some important tips for you for preparing for the conference and then things you need to know once you are in San Diego with us. So we'll go ahead and get started. First off, we always encourage folks to bring plenty of business cards, whether you're going to be meeting with vendors or meeting colleagues from other programs, schools. We encourage you to pack plenty of business cards. It's something that I know I always forget to do. So number one, be sure to grab those from your office before you leave out for San Diego. We also encourage you to bring a T-shirt that represents some school spirit. For our welcome reception on Wednesday, we always encourage our attendees to wear their T-shirt, just giving us an indication of sort of where you're coming from, as well as other attendees who are attending the reception. One thing that you want to do is be sure to print your handouts. We don't have handouts at the actual conference, so the presenters will not be handing those out for their sessions. But we do encourage you to go online to PreConference, where you can look at an itinerary planner and then print out sessions, and we'll show that slide shortly, as well as downloading the guidebook app for your smartphone. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail as well. So for PreConference, like I said, you can go out and view, download, and print the handouts before you leave. You can sort those by presenter's last name, category, format, day of the session, as well as keywords or phrases that you may be interested in. So for instance, online applications or marketing, etc. So definitely make sure you go out and print that information off. As far as the guidebook app goes, it's a great resource that's available to you where you can go out and personalize your schedule, so you have the option of going in and selecting the different sessions that you plan to attend. You can browse attendees. Their contact information is available. So if you meet someone and maybe they didn't have a business card, you can go out there and get their information in the guidebook app. You have the option of meeting with exhibitors and sponsors, as well as even seeing the map of the hotel, which will give you all the floors that we're going to have our different meetings on, our different sessions on. You can post pictures. So you can use the social media side of it, and you can post pictures. There are Twitter feeds. I know Facebook is out there. I actually downloaded my app just a few minutes ago, so I've been just looking through it and sort of refamiliarizing myself with the app. And so you want to know, of course, how do you get this app? How do I access it? So you have a couple of different ways you can do it. There's a nice QR code that we've provided for you. So if you scan that with your mobile phone, it'll take you out to get the guidebook app. You can easily download it from either your Apple App Store or your Android Marketplace. And then you can also just go to the website from your phone's browser, guidebook.com/getit, and get the app as well. And it's pretty compatible with a lot of the mobile devices that are currently out there as well. So most people shouldn't have any problem with getting the guidebook app and adding that to their phone. And it's something that's nice, again, to be able to have if you want to start planning your schedule now before you get to San Diego. You can definitely do that with the guidebook app. So next we want to talk about once you arrive, and I'll turn it over to Leah to talk about some information about once you get to San Diego.
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, depending on which time zone you're in. So luckily, the conference hotel is very close to the airport. It's approximately 3 miles from the airport. It's also in a very walking-friendly area with a lot of shops, a lot of stores, right on the harbor there. So you may not need a car, but obviously that's a personal decision. If you will not have a car, taxi rides are approximately $10 to $15 for one direction. There's also the option to do the Super Shuttle, which there is a NAGAP discount, and the link is there, so if you are interested in setting that up. If you will have a car with you, there is a self-parking option at the hotel, and it's about $28 per night. All of the events are either happening in the hotel or within walking distance, so again, you can probably go to the conference without a car if you don't feel that that is necessary for you. A common question we get is what to wear to the conference. And the conference is business casual, and you will see a wide range of attire at the conference. Due to some of the awards lunch and the business meeting lunch, we do prefer business casual. We also request that you bring a sweater or jacket for the education sessions. As many of us have sat in conferences before, those rooms do tend to get a little cool with the air conditioning, so please be prepared for that as you'll be inside for a large majority of the day. The offsite event on Thursday, which Tisha will talk about in a minute, please wear whatever makes you feel comfortable. It is a short walk from the hotel, and so you'll want to keep that in mind, as well as it is in kind of an outdoor and indoor location, so it could be a cool night. Even though it's San Diego and many of us are looking forward to some sun in our future, it still could be a relatively cool night. I think the lows are usually in the low to mid-50s. So it could be rather cool out there on the harbor. Also this year we are doing our community service project, which happens every year for those of you who haven't attended yet. This is an opportunity for our membership to give back to the community in which we host the conference at. And this year we have chosen Reality Changers, and you can go to their website there. They've been advertised on Facebook and in some of the email communication as well. They will actually be at our welcome reception, and they will have a booth, and they are bringing some of their students. So Reality Changers primarily is a program for first-generation high school students in the San Diego area, and there's college advising that goes on, as well as helping them get the funding that they would need to go to college. So they are actually extremely successful with their scholarship efforts, and so we encourage you to check them out, as well as stop by their booth at that welcome reception and say hi to the students and really get a feel for the service project that we chose this year, as we're very proud of them. At this point, I'll turn it back over to Tisha.
All right, so some resource area that we will have for all of our NAGAP attendees. And we always encourage our attendees to bring some of their best marketing and promotional materials from their respective schools to share with other attendees. So if you could bring about 25, that would be great, and you will be able to display those. And so attendees will be able to come and pick those up and take them back. So really, if you're willing to share your ideas and bring some of your promotional materials, we encourage you to do so. Also available in the Resource Center is a great place to post a job. So if your institution is looking for a gym professional to join the team, you can post your positions there, as well as you can actually look for opportunities that are available. So we encourage you to bring printouts of those as well. You can also leave messages for colleagues. So if you're looking for a certain attendee, you can leave a message on the board. You can also do sign-ups. Sometimes folks may be looking for someone to join them for Friday evening dinner. So you can do a sign-up list and have a group of you go out to the gas lamp for dinner or stay local as well. So the resource area is a place you want to make sure that you visit frequently during your time at the conference. So we have a list of different special events that we have taking place, and it starts with our first-timer session. We've expanded this session, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that on our next slide, but have an expanded session. So hopefully if anybody is first-time attendee, that you've made your accommodations to allow you to join us Wednesday afternoon starting at 3 p.m. for this event. our welcome reception, which we will do Wednesday evening. It's a great opportunity for attendees to meet fellow attendees as well as meet our exhibitors, as we're going to have this event in our exhibit hall. And we will have refreshments, of course, as well, and then you can learn about some of the greatest innovations that are happening within our field with our exhibitors. And again, we do encourage folks to show their school spirit and wear their shirt that has their school name on it at the reception. New this year, we're going to do our first NAGAP Fun Run Walk, which is Thursday morning. So if anybody is interested in joining myself and some of the other NAGAP attendees, we do encourage you to participate. It's a very short course that's going to be 2 miles, and we will provide a map for attendees Thursday morning, and that's going to be meeting at 6 a.m. in the lobby, but then the run will start at about 6:30 and do our 2-mile walk run, and then coming back. So feel free to join us. And the sign up for that, there is a sign up, but if you go out to your email, there was a email that went out yesterday, a pre-departure email that has a link to it, and you can follow it out to sign up for our Fun Run Walk. We are also going to do on Thursday afternoon our awards luncheon, where we are honoring our award recipients for this past year, so please join us for that as well. And like Leah said, that's one event that we ask folks to dress business casual. And then later that evening, we will have our event off-site at the USS Midway, and we encourage you to join us in that. We think it's going to be a very special event. It gives you an opportunity to continue your socializing and networking with your colleagues, but do it on the historic USS Midway. We will have dinner provided, and again, we also will have private tours of the boats just for NAGAP attendees, so we do encourage you to attend that, and that's dressed casual. We will then on Friday have our business meeting lunch, and so we will give the attendees an update of what's been happening this past year with NAGAP, from NAGAP's leadership, and discussing as well as their accomplishments for this year and then the state of the organization. So our business luncheon is business casual attire, so we do encourage you to join us for that luncheon as well and get an idea of what's been happening with NAGAP this past year. So on the next slide, what we will show is sort of the expanded information about our first-timer session. So again, it's going to be 3 to 5:30. So a little bit longer than what we've done in the past, which is about an hour, but we really wanted to give our first-timers a nice, good overview of NAGAP, let them know what we've been doing as an institution, and also talking about the profession as a whole and some of the changes that we've been going through with NAGAP in that regard. There's going to be a presentation about how to make the most of the conference as well, so some more detailed information by a couple of our presenters. And then it gives you an opportunity to meet other first-timers, whether, again, you've been in the profession for a couple of years in your first-time conference, or you're very new to the profession and the first thing your boss did was say, all right, I need you to go to this event. You get a chance to meet other first-timers and sharing your experiences and make some friends and possibly get a chance to meet people either from your same geographical area or somewhere different. We'll also then talk a little bit more about the mentoring opportunities we have, the chapters we have, and then volunteer opportunities as well within NAGAP. So being, staying connected to social media is always key. So we have our Twitter boards out there and Facebook. So we encourage you, if you're not following us, to follow us on our Twitter board and Facebook pages. We, if you're going to tweet while you're at the conference, use the hashtag NAGAP. And then new this year, what we're looking for attendees to do is use the hashtag NAGAP Learns. Tweet about specific takeaways that they've received from the conference. So if you're in a great session about marketing and you've learned some great things, we encourage you to tweet those out there as well, because of course not all attendees will be able to attend all sessions. So just knowing that, all right, I learned this new great thing in this session can be very beneficial to other attendees. And then, of course, what we're going to do is do a Twitter giveaway. So we encourage you to definitely use that NAGAP Learns for a chance to win a prize each day. So definitely get out there and tweet, get out there on Facebook, and definitely post your comments, your feedback, your experience that you're having at the conference. So after the conference, you're going to receive an email asking you to fill out conference evaluations. So you'll do an overall conference evaluation, and then you'll do one that's specific to the sessions that you've attended. So I encourage you to, if you use the guidebook app and you've already noted which sessions you've attended, or you use the planner that you're going to receive at the conference, but we will be asking for feedback, because that's important for us, because we do use that feedback when we're planning for our next year's conference. So we do encourage people to provide us feedback. Share what you've learned, take it back, and I think that's what a lot of us will do. We've learned some great things, we hear some great ideas, and then we take it back to our institution and work on implementing those ideas. And actually, sometimes they make some of the best presentations. You've learned something at a conference, you go back, implement it at your institution, and have great results, then consider presenting for a future conference, so you can share what you've learned at a conference you've attended. And soon after our 2014 conference is over, information will start going out, and you actually have information about save the dates in your program about our 2015 conference that actually will be in New Orleans. So we're looking forward to having you join us in April of 2015 in New Orleans. So I'll turn it over to Marcus to see if Marcus has any questions that may have come up.
Yeah, quickly, I'll just put in one additional plug for NAGAP Learns.
Okay.
One thing we'll probably be doing with that is, for those of you who contribute to NAGAP Learns, we're going to take that all together and develop some sort of bigger takeaway for you to take from the conference. So if we, for example, get a takeaway from each session, then we'd have all these takeaways on a handout per se, and then we'll email that out to all attendees, so that you have something that really gives some good takeaways from every session, or as many sessions as we can get, that you can bring back to your offices. So look forward to that. There was one question, Tisha, regarding the first-timer session, and I had answered her directly, but I just want to make sure that it's out for the whole group. But she had asked, some folks are getting in a little bit later in the afternoon, especially coming from the East Coast on Wednesday. So can people show up a little bit later for the first-timer session if they can't get to the hotel right at 3?
Yes, they can.
Okay, great. We have no other questions at the moment. If anybody has any further questions, we'd be happy to hang on for a couple more minutes and answer those for you. Otherwise, I think we're pretty much wrapped up. If there's anything else you guys want to add, and certainly Monica can as well.
No, I don't think so. I would encourage everyone to definitely check their email. An email went out yesterday afternoon regarding the need to know before you go with the subject for our NAGAP conference. So I would encourage folks to go through, and it gives more details about the things that we've talked about in today's webinar, but gives you more details, links, emails, things that will be helpful to you as you prepare to arrive in San Diego. And I would encourage you, of course, to do it now and not Tuesday evening, because some of these things, if you're getting materials from your office, you want to make sure you have the time to do that. So definitely check through that this weekend, and be prepared to join us Wednesday for a great conference. And I look forward to meeting as many people as I can starting Wednesday when the conference gets started.
I would also
we actually have a couple of questions that came in right as you were finishing up there, Tisha.
Okay.
First is, where can I find a list of attendees?
Well, that information actually will be in our guidebook app. So if you download the app, there is a list of attendees that will be there, and that's on sort of the second page. And so you can get that information. And I believe, I don't want to misspeak, and I can ask Monica to correct me. I know it could also be on our conference web page, but I'll ask Monica to confirm that.
Monica actually just got to us. She said it'll be posted by tomorrow on the members only section of our website,
Okay.
and it'll be on the app as well.
Great. Thank you.
The other question was about the link to print the itinerary and session handouts. Is that in your email from yesterday, Tisha?
Yes, it is. That's going to be number 3, print your own handouts. We'll give you the link to the PRECIS website.
Is that also on the conference page, Tisha, so if people only want to go there?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Great. And I'll just mention quickly, too, for those of you that are going to the Padres game, make sure you check your email for your invoice. If you haven't seen it, let us know. Either me directly or Monica from AMP would be happy to get that squared away for you. But make sure you check your email and get that paid before you go to the conference. And Leah, it sounded like you were trying to jump in. Sorry.
Yeah, not a problem. I was just going to put in a plug. If anyone is still out there that would like to be a moderator or a recorder for the educational sessions, we still have open slots. If you are interested in moderating, moderators introduce the speaker and also help keep track of time for them and kind of our general go-to person for the presenters. If you are interested in recording, recorders actually write a summary, about 200 to 400 words of the actual session, and then they submit that for publication in our journal. We do have space open for both of those, and I have a new survey if you are interested in doing that, so please contact me. My information is on the screen right now. You're welcome to email me. If you're also interested in volunteering, we need people to staff the registration desk as well as to help out at the offsite event and different things throughout the conference, including that fun run walk. We'd be happy to have the help, and again, if you're interested, I'll be the contact, so you're welcome to email me. I do leave the office on Friday and make my way to San Diego, so please contact me before then if you're interested, and we'll try and get you paired up with an opportunity.
Great. We have a couple more questions that just floated in. Can people register guests when they arrive at the conference?
That's a very good question, and I believe they can.
Yes.
I think you can do that once you get there.
They can. They can buy whole meal packages, or they can do that for individual events should they choose. We've got all of that pricing available on site, and they can do that the day of.
Okay, thank you, Monica.
And there was a question, there's a few folks that are staying in hotels away from the Hyatt, and they were asking about being walker-friendly. It is very convenient for walking, if I remember correctly, and maybe Leah, I think she was speaking to that earlier.
Yes, all the events are taking place in the conference hotel with the exception of that offsite event, which is at the USS Midway. And from my memory, we walked it as a conference committee, and it was extremely easy. It was a flat surface. It's right along the harbor. My guess is it's roughly 3/4 of a mile, and perhaps Monica or Tisha could jump in with the more exact, but it's very close. So you just need to get to the hotel, and you can be there for the rest of the day. So you don't necessarily need to change locations once you're at the conference.
Okay, great. There was a question here from one of the attendees. When she registered, we all provided which sessions we wanted to go to. She was asking, is there a way to access that registration to see which one she checked off that she'd be attending?
You can certainly contact the office and we can give you that information. It should be printed as well on your registration confirmation when you pick up your packet, but you're certainly not held to those. When you attend, you can certainly go to whatever sessions you like. We try to do that more for room planning ahead of time, so you certainly can switch sessions and go to different sessions if you like. But certainly you can contact the office and we can provide you a new copy. And I believe they're printed on your confirmation that you get with your name badge as well on site.
Okay, and then follow-up to that question was asked, the session number isn't listed on the website for handouts, I guess, just for easier to find them, like 1A, for example.
Is it just the title? Was that what?
I believe it's just the titles. From what the comment is here, just she was saying it's easier to find it for printing. So just something for the future, I suppose. Monica, maybe you can answer this. There's still some interest for the Padres game. Do we have any other opportunity to get tickets there?
Possibly. I can see how many might be available around our group. I know they were getting slim to stay around our group. So maybe if they could contact one of us and let us know how many, I could reach out and see. Otherwise, I know they still have tickets available, certainly to the game, if people wanted to just go and do that, not being part of the formal group, and meet up with people there, et cetera.
Okay. For those of you who asked about that, I just sent you my email address on the questions box, so you can send me an email directly. We'll try to get that worked out for you. There was a question about the link to register for the run or walk. That was in the email, and then is it on the website as well?
It is on the website.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys check that email that was sent out yesterday, everything, a lot of what we covered today is included in that email that you received. And I think that about covers all the questions that we have. So is there any remainder that you guys want to add, Leah or Tisha or Maka?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming out. I know I speak on behalf of all of us in the NAGAP board for really looking forward to seeing you all in San Diego. And for those of us in cooler climates, we're looking forward to the warm weather for sure. So we hope to see you. Have a safe trip out to San Diego, and we'll see you next week.
Yes. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, everyone.